It's just me by myself late at night in my ship, enjoying the quiet of space. So I already have this already maxed out on mastery for this particular character. Let's see, 7. I tend to name these things in a particular way to be able to find them better about what I'm actually running in the weapon loadout. I don't know if I set up my intel carrier yet. Let's check that out. Nope, I haven't set this one up yet. At one point, I had 180 viewers on Twitch, but I don't think any of them will come back. Are you close? No, you're 11 light years away. You're close by. I don't have this character set up to give the boosts. So one thing that doesn't happen so much anymore is people used to hang out at Seoul or at Konos and give people the Raider for Klingons, KDFs, or the diplomatic immunity boost to be able to speed your progress through the sectors. It doesn't happen as much anymore, but I try to give it as many players as I can. But I have not set up the loadout for this yet. I haven't even set up ship layout yet. But let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to grab most of my stuff from one of my other disruptor builds. And thankfully I have access to the spirals now. Spiral disruptors, but I haven't purchased any on this character yet. Need to make some cash to do that first. So let's finish my stuff that I've been waiting for. Some older players will say to not bother once you get to Fleet Admiral 65. Don't even bother with all the duty officers in that Admiralty system, but I find it still has utility of coming back later and just being able to get your dilithium for the day. Alright. And I think only on YouTube did I set this on private. So someone might wind up seeing me here, and that's fine. But let's set up our devices. Red matter capacitor you can get from the Phoenix store. The Zenkethi protomatter capacitor you can get from running one of the events. I usually run a lot of these characters a shield battery. Third device slot. Now I'll get the SS Interiors Distress Protocol, which was an event item, which is great. Some people run flagship distress, but I'd rarely ever activate that to get the extra ship. I usually just keep a turret, and since I'm running disruptors for my main, I'll pick a different type of turret. Yeah, sure, why not plasma? There's console. I always go with my Orcus tactical, so I don't have to use up tactical slots. And since this is a carrier, I'm going to use my Elite 7s. Which I think you get from the fleet. These are phaser If I had a good disruptor one, since I'm going to make this a disruptor boat, I might put disruptor ones instead, but I don't know of a good disruptor hanger pet or hanger. Let's see. Let's put our Torp in here. Our Dark Matter one is a good one for here. We're running a disruptor build. I think I've got my. Let's just filter on disruptor. Yeah, let's do disruptor wide angle. Experimental Romulan. Put the Terran one on there. We've got our customized Omni. Could put the Nausicaan in. Yeah, let's go stick the Nausicaan in. And since I'm running the experimental Romulan, let's rearrange things. And let's put a hyperplasma in there to go with that one. So if we put the 0 point in here, we get the set bonus. Going to complain about that set bonus. And I guess I could put the kinetic cutting beam in. In which case we can put our assimilated console. That's for the 2 set. I don't know if the 3 makes much of a difference, because we could put the Omega. Let's go ahead and stick the Omega in here. Do I even have them? I don't know if I have it on this tune. Mega torpedo launcher. Might never have made it. Nope, never made it. Let's go ahead and build one of those. Got plenty of stuff from running so many events on all these characters. This is not my oldest character. Arconical, or On is my oldest. My newest is Onage, which I just started. Alright, that's going to take another minute and a half. In the meantime, let's build out the rest of the stuff. I'll move out the Nausicaan from there. There. Alright, can clean that up later. Alright, engineering consoles. I don't know if I have any advanced consoles on this tune. Polaron, I do not. Yeah, let's give a little bit extra speed and damage for those pets there. What else can we do for this build? This might be a last item if I absolutely need it. This is the anti-proton one. This would be nice on this character since it gives extra hanger pet boosts. I could switch this to an anti-proton build. But let's keep with the standard theme of disruptors for the Cardassians. And mobile torpedo launcher comes with it, so we can put it back on it. Grethor is good. This does not have a lot of science, so I don't have a grab well. So this is going to be our artificial grab well on there. Those things are going to be universal consoles on here, which is nice. They can go anywhere. Could put the cutting beam on there. We'll have to think about that. Definitely want the Dragon's Blood. Definite. Okay, that's ready. We'll grab our mega tube. set bonus on that one is -3. So this negative 500% weapon power cost, it's always been there. The 500 weapon power drain, even back from like, I don't know, when I started playing 12 years ago, longer than 12 years ago at this point. I don't know if it actually does anything. 2.5% isn't great. Keys off every once in a while. And a 1% chance is really bad. But, you know, if it goes off, that's great. But the plasma torpedoes are okay, but just on themselves. All right, so let's see. Where are we on our list here? I could add some more ships to be able to call in. Definitely want fleet power network. That comes from another tier 6 ship. Scanner pack's not so bad. Yeah, I'll put that in there. Good for hangars. No. So sometimes I'll put a turret or a cannon on here because the original has the cannon. It's the turret and there's the cannon from before. Not running on there. But we're not running cannons, so I could put that on there just for extra beam damage. Definitely want the disruptor. I don't think I have another disruptor. So it's that. Not running cannons. That's not going to give us anything. What's the bonus for this? The 2-piece bonus. I don't think it's worth it. Next projectile. I am running 3 torps. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. Our other options. Universal ordnance is only, it's phaser and polaron. That's good for plasma. I'm not running plasma other than some of the torps. I guess extra 13% projectile damage, not bad. I don't have a just a regular torpedo console, though I do have one. Put it on there for now. I do have a isomag that is torpedo in my shared bank. That might be decent to have. That might be decent to have. All right, our ship's okay. We want to go into our stations. Shear is my best science, so that's good. We'll want to switch him over to photonic for the cooldown, and hazard emitters is good because I'll have a roster space. Improved hazard emitters is always good to have. Because not only do it for yourself, but hits on a friend as well. I'll have to change some of those up depending on what I wind up building out here. Okay, engineering, SRO, I've got it on Intel already. ST, I labeled my space tactical, space engineer, space science. You can't do SS anymore. They've filtered that. So if I wanted to rename, I might have to do SI, which I do for some of my characters. Some of my bridge officers. Okay, so currently tax are these two. Evelyn does have leadership as well. There's Intel. Maybe I won't have her there then. Oh, I can just do that in there. Yeah, that works. That works. Having the best served cold, one of the fire or cold traits will be good. Not traits, bridge officer abilities will be helpful when keying off of a trait that we're going to put in. Okay, well, let's start with our attack options. This is just going to be Intel team there. And this is a beam boat, but I don't have a beam skill in this slot. Why is that? Lesser of Cold shouldn't be showing up there. That's a bug. Yep. Despite how old this game is, it has an amazing number of bugs. Alright, we're going to want beam overload. This is a beam boat. Go for the torps, which means I'll want a different freeze tack option. Somewhere else. Okay. So we can probably do it in here. Nope, I don't have it on here. So that'll still be engineering team. And in here, yeah, we can launch some mission ships. Let's go for DEM. That increases penetration, which is good. All right. Do surgical and aceton. I don't think I have any of my cold ones set up for here. You can launch a pulse probe, that's fine. And endothermic inhibitor, which is going to give us our cold damage. Oh, actually, endothermic is radiation. For some reason, I always think it's cold because it comes out of the winter event. But it's not. So the reason for that is in the traits. I need to bring this ship in. I've unlocked another slot for this ship in particular, but all right, we built a beam boat. Go for some exotic on here as well. We want to make sure our torps are buffed. So I guess we can turn off that. Put in projectile. What do I want to swap out? Like having the hit points. Well, let's take off the exotic damage there and add it to bonus shield penetration for projectiles. Starship traits. We want the 5 medics, which comes from the Hesperian ship, which you can only get now through MUDs, if I remember right. It was a event ship. This is really nice because if you deal fire, cold, electrical, psionic, or radiation, it boosts your engine power and grants additional damage depending on your engine power, but a minimum of 15% extra. I should probably rejigger things to have a little bit more engine power on there, but that's really nice. Twine tactical mace is good, and I'm going to want that. Cost of things, get that on there. I am running emergency powered weapons, so that's good. We're gonna have damage buff for brace for impact. Until it reduces engineering miracle worker, so essentially our attacker until it's going to reduce the engineering cooldown. And we do do have another slot, but I have to go get it. I'm already at Earth Space Dock, right outside Earth Space Dock, so we'll do that in just a sec. Yeah, let's just go get that. Have to come up with some sort of background music or something to go with this.
Cadets arriving from Starfleet Academy must report to Admiral Quinn's office upon arrival.
Ships. Upgrade. Free upgrade. Now I got my second slot. Thing is, I got this extra device slot, which is pretty much useless. I need to run some of the other events or missions with this tune to get some of the other devices. But extra universal console as well. Oops. But I think I have cannon, beams, torp. Extra torp damage. Let's grab it. Hang on to my find as much as possible because there should be a upgrade event coming soon, but level 2 of the Phoenix prize packs are good to hold on to groups of 5 because with them you can get experimental ship upgrade tokens. As you can see, I've got a decent stack of them now. Level 2s can get some good stuff. Discovery Crew, which I don't even know what the Discovery Crew is because I didn't watch the series. But the Doctor's not great. I gotta remember how to get Bashir. Shotgun's good against Borg. But ultimately, I want to trade this in, which gives me the very rares from which you get the red matter capacitor, which is good. Most things. All I really want is to trade them all in, all the way down the list to get the Phoenix tokens, get 8 of them, with which I can upgrade this, which isn't going to be the best upgrade path, but it doesn't take too many of them to get up to 15. Oh hey, rare upgrade, sweet. Alright, 15 and 32.8 per torpedo damage. That's going to be great. Sweet. Extra weapon power and stacking weapon power, which is good too. Can probably dump some of that extra off of the tack power and onto my engines, which will boost the 5 magics. How many R&Ds do I have left? I got 3 left. That's nice. Could upgrade that, but it's not really worth. Weapons take so many more. Those are good to wait for events. Alright. Let's finish our traits, because now we have the extra trait we can use. And what do we want to have on here? It's not bad. I already have good accuracy, though. Removing of debuffs is a nice thing. But pet bonuses. So I think mine are all just fighters, but 30% bonus damage for each of those. Wouldn't mind Anything better? No. Additional torps. Firing any torpedo weapon launcher microcharge deals while we're on ground, so we can know exactly how much it is. Space rep is messed up. Which one do I normally have on here that's missing now? There we go. Reduce bridge officer time. I don't know why that was missing. Every once in a while, things get lost. It's really dumb. Fix my ground traits. There's another. Get that one in there. Tyler one for damage. Armor penetration's good. And increases, but it goes down. I still need to unlock the other one in there. And just give defiance, and that's good. It's photonic. And that'll be good enough, I guess. Our stations. So we've got one radiation here, one radiation here. But do I have? Unfortunately, I don't have emergency power to weapons 3 on that on CSRO. I could make it from my other tune. It'd be nice to flip that one over to aceton instead. That would be nice, but all right, still streaming to myself, I believe. If anyone's here, please make a note in the chat. That would be helpful. Okay. Yeah, definitely need to get some background music. I usually don't play the music in Stowe. Guess I could turn it on. One of the first things I usually do is actually reduce the music volume in the game itself. Because after playing this game for so many years, it just gets in your head. But I might generate some music in the upcoming days to keep things entertaining. I haven't customized the look and visuals of this ship yet. It's still the stock. But stock Cardassian looks pretty good. I still haven't fixed this bug where these items show up on the ships. It's totally dumb. Alright. Let us set up this. What is my engine power? Weapon power. Getting up to 132. So I have it all the way up. And that's not bad. That's good engine power. And so if we check our traits, it's up to 26. Let's bump it up all the way so we can go 31 extra damage. At the cost of not having our science skills work as well. That's all normal. I think is this one 73, 53. You can watch it change. Yeah, I ox all the way up is nice. Definitely nice for survivability. Doesn't change photonic officer. And it's 502 radiation. If we swap it around, does that change our radiation level? Nope. So yeah, having a high ox is great for dropping grav wells, which I need to check and see. This does, Soul Scream Vortex does 622 psionic. Flip it around. There we go. Since ox is now low, we lose 200 psionic damage every second. Though it is then buffed by, is that now 31%? So it's buffed by 120. So you lose a total of 180. Is it worth it? There probably is a break-even point somewhere. And this ship is pretty maneuverable to begin with. But let's just go for somewhere around there. That should probably work. Well, it says I have one viewer on Kick. Not sure who you are, for it's just me. But welcome. It's awesome. Appreciate it if you're a real person. And let me know what you think of my gelatinous cube. I made it myself. Ooh, I need to get quarks. Okay. I need to finish building my profile here. All right. Got our shuttles that we will launch at various times. Put all of our shuttle stuff together. Two viewers. Hey, thank you for showing up. Whoever you are. Appreciate you showing up on Kick. My name is Onich. Long history behind the name. But I used to stream a ton on Fortnite back in the day. That's why a lot of my profile pictures and stuff are still Fortnite related. Alright, so let's set this up. Do some radiation damage. We're going to do some debuffs. Debuffs are good in this game. It is fascinating that... Oh, my one viewer disappeared from Kick. Oh well. It's nice to have them for a moment. A lot of people forget about the debuffs that are available in the game. That's a standard trait. I'm like, why didn't I select that? But no, that's a standard trait. I did put the cutting beam on here, I guess. Did I forget that I did that? No, it's there, that's right. Eventually I'll get a Borg ship and put assimilated plasma beams on it, and it'd be all fun. Mm. I don't know who Pretender is. Dem there. Get that off. That's an engine buff. Soul Scream will go there. Greetings, viewer on Kick. Thank you for dropping into my stream. This is kind of a test stream. Think about my Soul Screen Vortex. Test stream. I'll be going back and testing, going through and checking audio levels and stuff like that. Alright, so let's put our endothermic for more radiation damage there. I have my space bar set to rotate through line 10, so that's why I've got those there. I usually put my base as key 1, makes it easier for me just to quickly key it off. Line 5, I usually have, well, you'll see as I build this out. Pretty much all my ships follow the same loadout pattern. Grant diplomatic immunity. You have to get to higher level of diplomats, duty officers. Here. So once you hit level 3, you can get that. I have a little bit to go left on this tune. Not a whole lot left to fill it all out. Get those in there. Photonic Fleet is nice to pop off every once in a while. Probability manipulation. Here's survivability. Quantum. I don't know why they even have the full impulse as an option in here, because quantum does it the same thing. You don't get it until you're a little bit later or higher rank, but that's another debuff. Sensor scan. All right, I'm filling up that lane. Let's swap them out. Shields up. There. Attack profile, get the temporal in there. Support shuttle squadron is a nice thing to call in. They're Type 8 shuttles. Oh wait, that's my weapon capacitor. My other tune that's an engine. So let's put it down with the rest of the weaponry. And yeah, it's a decent layout, I guess. Not going to complain too much about that layout. Okay, we'll lock that away. We'll see how it goes. Should be fine. Should have been all this time flying down to Kinger. Kinger system is a great place to be for getting a tier 6 ship up and tier 5 ships through its mastery levels. This person does not have diplomatic immunity, so I will pop that off for them. And we can start to hear the background music from the game itself. Hello, you one person from Kick. Thanks for stopping by. Go ahead and say hi in the chat. Let me know what you think about my gelatinous cube. Guess I can speed things up onto Kinger. Hang out right next to the sun because you can get stuck there, which is really annoying. Alright, so the 9th rule, System Patrol, great for leveling up. When you're first starting out, though, you might have to run it a couple times. Every once in a while, I have to run it twice to get to level 5 on my mastery for the tier 6 ship. But with maybe like a level 40 captain, you might have to run it like 4 times.
Looks like there was a fight here recently. I'm
A
not
hail
picking up
from the
any
Birmingham. What happened here?
We came here to determine the
Correctly,
status
friendly
of
ship with a
another
cloaking device.
unused afraid soul.
That's aren't in their favor at the moment. We need to stop that immediately. Agreed, let's go.
The Carter is ready to assist you.
Run this mission so many times that I just kind of
Lead the
tune it out.
Shergat will follow. Reading a single Ferengi vessel, Marauder class. Safety closed.
So we get one initial set here. Once we clear these guys out, there'll be another just to the left. This patrol also gives a lot of items usually. So you can get, if you need salvage, this is a mission to run if you need salvage. Second group. Toss. And keep probe their way. Or they need to. There's usually a variety of ships. So right now we got some Terrans. It's Klingon, Gorn, Breen, the whole gamut of ships. It randomizes it each time. So if you're needing to like up yourself in the title system, like you need 500 kills of Breen.
Well,
This is a good way of
bad news. The
eventually doing it because you just get wave after wave of different things. So then we go over here and we get another set of attacks. And let's drop our mobile torps. And we can just camp behind them and just play with torps and stuff. I don't usually build torp builds. And there's more loot. Further away. And we got a tractor, Madron. If you haven't played a lot, Madron shows up in several different episodes. He's a very sketchy Ferengi, which is normal for Ferengi.
A bug.
And we'll drop a turret here because I usually have way too many turrets. And we'll just keep there an additional attack vector, though it. Oh, there, it's fine. Sometimes it seems like there's no doing. And here's a Soul Scream Vortex, which comes off a event ship. Valkyr event ship. Ooh, I wasn't paying attention. Saw that. No one saw me die. Can't prove it. Yeah. Sometimes when doing stuff like this, you need to pay attention to what's going on. You know, shocker. And if you do die, there really isn't too much of a penalty, especially on the normal levels. Might just have to buy additional. Got lots of. Might have to buy additional repair kits eventually. I might have turned this character onto the hard level. I didn't get any injuries, but let's get some helpful ships that'll taunt and give extra use. Since I've got shuttles running everywhere, Antares will buff them, which is nice. And let's do some more buffing around here. But if you do die once in this last section where tons of stuff's attacking, you might have to run the patrol again to get to the full tier. Something a little bit richer over there we can pick up.
Well fought. Well, Bodrin's on his way to a...
That's not the better. Let's go pick that up. Blue plasma turret. Not worth anything.
Well fought indeed.
And you can see we picked up a lot
Twice about
of
coming
junk.
out of us again.
Sometimes you get
I'll
a
let
lot
Ryan's
more than that.
command know what
It all
happened
depends.
here. Bodrin's on his...
Alright. So, if we look. Oh, we did make it all the way. Got full mastery just by running that once. That's cool. And so that unlocks Calm Before the Storm. You gain 1 calm every 2 seconds. And that gives you damage resistance. And once you get the 10 stacks, you gain the storm. So it swaps that out for firing cycle haste and faster cooldown, which is pretty good. So we can go into here. We'll want to keep our 5 magics. These are still good to have. What do I want to get rid of? Probably gonna get rid of Brace for Impact and grants damage buff. 20% bonus damage for 15 seconds. I think I will prefer Calm Before the Storm. A little bit better survivability. Right. And status change our loadout. I never saved the loadout. Alright, let's just call it main. And that is fine. There we go. All of my other ships, I believe, are already maxed out. Wait. I guess this name too. It's not named the same. Fakan 3. I think I haven't finished those up. Let's check them out. Thankfully, if you've got a lot of ships already, you can swap weapons from one to another pretty easily. Oh, I did finish that. I will need to remember to change its name. The dreadnoughts are not fast or nimble. Kind of lame in that respect. But on the other hand, this Miranda-like ship is. But I wonder where those went. Oh, I haven't finished them out. That would explain things. Alright, let's give him. I don't know if I have anything interesting. I could put a beam on there. I want to put a torp in the back. Advanced inhibiting chronoton projectile. Put one of those in the back. One thing that's not great about the Bozeman is it doesn't have as many slots. should we build it out? We could put Omega in the back. Kind of a standard thing. Don't think I have any laser turrets in my account bank. That's where I want to keep them. So we'll do kinetic cutting beam just for now. And put, which one? Terran 829. Extra 200 with the pen. And we'll put that in there. Traits. This is the cannon build, so we don't want the beam on there. Cannon. Max hull points is still good. Damage resistance is good. Operative is definitely necessary. Projectile. Techie. We get 1 slot. Where is projectile? I don't like. Oh wait, fleet coordinator. So that's good if you're playing with other people. So if we're gonna do any task forces, that'll be a good thing to have. All right, got it. Withering barrage. For our trait, because this is a cannon build. Hello, Kick Viewer. Thank you for stopping by. We are going to swap out superior heals. Oh, another bug. So my previous ship had an extra slot here. It decides that it's going to keep showing that slot. So I want Calm Before the Storm on that slot. At some point I'll get the fleet variant of this ship on this tune and then make it tier 6. And then give it the 2 trait slots to be able to fill that in. Everything looks good there. Stations, I already set that up. We just need to fill out our additional. There. Which we will save into loadout. To disable visual on that shields because I don't really like the Tilly shield visual. Kind of like a purple shimmering effect. Kind of boring. Gotta zoom in really far on this guy. It's a nice ship. It's a very nice ship. Look at it through there as well. All right. So if you haven't ever set up a loadout in a file loadout, you really ought to, because then you can bind the spacebar to automatically scroll through your items. I've bound slot 10 to my spacebar. So anytime I hit the spacebar, it runs through anything I have in there. Tachyon net drones. Did I really set this up? Why do I have that in there? I don't have that on there. I have no idea why I put Tachyon net drones on there. I should put something better. Let's put the assimilated module on there. Get rid of the little visual for it. Alright. Back up to the top here. So yeah, thanks for coming and tuning in. Edge, if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. I do have followers only, so you do have to follow for a little bit. Got it set for 6 minutes. Yeah, that's the minimum. Better than setting it for like 6 hours. least in setup for that way and kick. All right, so let's set up our loadouts. Dink, 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 dink. Shields. Get those. I usually forget the cloak. There. Damage debuff. Cold. There. Buff. Cannons. Fire them all. Definitely not a broadside ship. Alright, more torps. Diversionary tactics, which comes from specializations. Hello, Kick Viewer. I wonder if you're the same Kick Viewer that keeps on coming back. That would be funny. That'd be cool if the same person kept on coming back. The power network comes from another tier 6 ship. Gather our intel. This is the boring part of most of these things. Setting up all the settings. It takes a while. Oh, why in the world do I have my... them running? Intel? Why did I do that? Switch that to endothermic inhibitor. Just for kicks and giggles. Radiation damage. There we go. Endothermic. Was I saving something for that slot? Don't recall now. I can rearrange in a bit. Alright. Intel, diplomatic immunity. Always nice to give to other people. If you play the game, definitely if you get to tier 3 in diplomatic, put this on your hotbar to give people diplomatic immunity. It helps them fly around faster. Because flying around in this game can be really slow. There's also a good... there's a task you can do of flying around and tour the galaxy. If you do it fast enough, you do tour the galaxy fast enough, you can get a bonus in your sector speed. They've expanded the number of systems you have to go to, but they also increase the amount of time. But having diplomatic immunity and then the KDF one of Raider is like a necessity to doing it. There's better ships to be able to do the tour of the galaxy. Gagarin is one ship that's really good for it. With the cyclic warp drive. Survivability line. Quantum slipstream. I never use ramming speed. Maybe someday. Even though I've played this game for a long time. Maybe someday I will use it. And this is my area of effect bar. Shields. Buff removal. Drag people around. There's the Zenkethi. Very cold in space area. Master goes there. Alright, now I just gotta figure out what I want in this line. Alright, so we could put endothermic in there. And let's mix things up a little bit. Let's put a survivability. I'll put intel up there. Right. Right. That should do pretty well. Let's lock the tray. Say okay. And let's save that as our loadout. By now, we're still got time before it resets. So let's go to Quarks. No, I want to go to my fleet research station because I haven't finished doing my R&D for the day. Get those R&D points. I have 2 tunes that are completely filled on my R&D. This one's probably getting fairly close. I played Star Trek for a number of years, and then I took a break. And while I was on break, I missed several ships. Easy way to find out is in the reclaim ships. So I've got a lot of those, but there was like a period of time, yeah, from Ryzen Luxury down to Fakir Store Worship. There was maybe like 2 or 3 years that I stopped playing, so I missed out on those, which is annoying. There are ways of getting them, but it's expensive at this point, so I don't. All right, R&D. Still kind of far away, but it's important to get into a fleet so that you can get these special tasks. Boosts your XP in these. And then we just do the projects. Everyone can do the projects. And we get bonus 6,000 engineering plus 1,000 dill. It's important to do it every day. If you're not in a fleet, you should get in a fleet that's got, I don't know, it's probably tier 3 or something like that. Tier in the research here. Or tier 3. At one of these tiers it unlocks that, but a lot of the tiers you'd wind up joining are already tier 3. Definitely get your research dailies in, because then when you're building things, you have a better chance of getting higher rated equipment when you build it. So for instance, like beam arrays, arc beam arrays and stuff like that. But if you need to build some of these things, like specifically the arc beam array, dual arc heavy cannons, which is these are wide angle, and some of the more advanced things, you need to get duty officers from over here. There are special duty officers you can get over here. And yes, I am running. Seems really slow. I think this is the guy. No, that's the bridge officers. There we go, duty officer store. What is this guy? Ultra rare. Can only get 3 of them. I don't have that one. Need a lot of fleet credits for it though. But anyway, getting these randomly, you can get a bunch of them and they will give you improved R&D for building specific special items. And you need, for instance here, R&D kits and modules. You need a specific one for that. Now I don't have any open slots right now, and this tune doesn't have them. My main two do. But I had to spend a lot. And I got like 3 cannons and no ground, and it was dumb. So this one also, you need R&D ground equipment for that. but you don't need it for the normal ones. All the high tier items. So your R&D Aegis. You need an Aegis one to build the Aegis systems. Aegis isn't worth it anymore. They've got some good visuals, but it's not worth making the Aegis Impulse, Shield, I'm sorry, Deflector, and Shield. They're expensive, and the meta now is to have the Fleet Intervention, Prevailing Impulse. I build my own warp cores because I like the negative 15% weapon cost. And then the Tilly Shield. That's been the meta for a while for it. Oh, I totally forgot. Always check your roster to make sure. Yep, I'm missing a spot. Did it again. Often forget to fill in a slot. For one reason or another. Let's get you out of there. I'm running a grav well on this, so an extra grav well wouldn't be so bad. What else should I stick on here? Got 2 guys for damage against Vodvar. Race from back. Not running tag team. Not running urgency to weapons. Emergency power substance. I'm running emergency power to. I got 2 of them. So hopefully both of them. 35% chance to reduce recharge time by 30% for both of them. And that's only going to key off of my level 2, right? Lieutenant emergency power weapons, but it's a nice skill to have. Alright, done with that. Let's just go back to space. Which is another dumb thing about the game. You can't just beam up. You have to click the contact, which I get because you got multiple options, but it'd be nice to just be able to click there, like all beam outs, and then pick it. There's so many quality of life things that they could change. That would be great. One quality of life thing that they removed, you used to be able to, in your R&D, let's say you wanted to build, I don't know. Let's say you wanted to build a whole bunch of batteries. You used to be able to begin one. I don't have any slots open. But then you could like have a hotkey that would automatically rerun it. So you could just hit like, I don't know, let's say H. Just hit H 5 times and it, as opposed to having to click. It's really annoying for like weapons and stuff like that. You have to click, pick the type, pick your level, confirm, and then start tasks. It's just totally bonkers that they make you do the whole rigmarole for it. Alright. I still haven't set any of these up. Definitely want to run those 2. It's good to have a couple tunes that you rotate amongst. If you're rotating amongst a couple tunes, do 1 or 2 one day and another 1 or 2 the next day, so that some of the events or some of the away mission things get reset. Specifically the colony related ones. And I was going to Quarks. Forgot I was going to Quarks. I could just transwarp there, but let's just do it the slow way. Still have all this junk in here from when I ran Kinger. So I can. There's nothing in there. Always check though, just in case you have one of your own. So this I have protected status is on. Just in case you don't want to salvage something that's important. Okay. Alas, who just bought out the rights for the game? I can't even remember anymore now. Unfortunately, they're not gonna port this over to the Epic Game Engine or anything. It'd be so nice because this is version 2 of Deep Space Nine. There used to be a different version a while ago, but it'd be so nice if this was all running on modern engine. In addition to, of course, being able to have it run on other platforms a lot better.
Spin the wheel
All right.
and win.
I am lazy playing Dabo. There is a way. Someone got 2,000. I only need 500 GPL. It's like 1,820 or something like that. Gives you the highest odds. I don't remember what it is. If you really want to get GPL, you can. There's a couple things you can buy with it. Oh man, missed by 50. Come on. One good thing about Dabo, it does kind of reinforce that gambling sucks. If you want to gamble, you're going to lose. I mean, Dabo, you can convert EC into GPL. Or you can just convert GPL into less GPL. You will get a Dabo every once in a while. Oh, look, that wasn't even a Dabo, that was something else, but close. It's just... There are some things you can win, titles and stuff like that, if you spend enough at Dabo. It's just not worth it. And we got our Endeavor, so we'll just take that. And we got some junk. Interesting. All right. Guess we can level up this little cruiser. Yeah, let me know in the chat if there's anything particular you want to see. Probably not going to run any missions. Actually, I probably won't be staying up too much longer because it is getting a little bit late. And this is a test stream overall. Seeing about getting back into streaming after doing Fortnite for a number of years and then taking a break. Why am I not turning around fast enough? Let's go to Orion Sector, because that is where Kinger is located. And switch over back to our Gamma Warp Core, which gives you a little bit better, faster sector speed. Could put in... Oh, I don't have it on here. There's some impulse engines that also give you transwarp cooldown and stuff like that to make it go even faster. Or I could transwarp over to Ryza to get there even faster, but that's okay. Sometimes okay, just cruise in the sector space. Just take a joyride. Almost feel like sometimes when cruising sector space, I should switch over to one of my other scenes. intermission and stuff like that. Alright, beta quadrant. And there we are, we're at Pollux, that's just right next to Kindred. Right next to it. Actually, I don't want that. Let's clear out a couple of these things in here. Recycle. I don't use these small fry stuff anymore. Let's get rid of these. I can just get better versions in the Dill store once this tune has a lot more dilithium on him. I could buy one now. For these vanity shields. A special event right now to get vanity shields. Could spend real money to do that, but that's okay. Type 7 shuttlecraft. Advanced ones. Elites are better. Where's it? Reclaim? There they are, spiral waves. Not for this ship. For my Cardassian. Alright. Kindred. Always Kindred is good to use for
Looks like there was a
500
fight
dill and just
The contact
quickly
is ready
getting
to assist you.
through
Lead the way. Shergat will follow.
for
Reading a single Ferengi
level
vessel.
for the
Marauder
tier
class.
5 and chips. That will be lame, not tactical. I just park my bum right here and fire my cannons. Might not be the best thing to do. I'm not supposed to die in there. And here's a bunch more loot. That'd be another thing to auto loot. Keep it nice. Add that in. I don't know why they don't have auto loot. You can auto decline. I think only in TFOs though. But sometimes endeavors require having salvage. So, getting around every once in a while, if you ever get that as a endeavor salvage, Kindred is a good one to do it on. Plenty of salvage. Hello, Kickperson.
Well,
For
there's
stopping by.
news and bad news.
Let's hear the bad news.
Like,
Bad news, it's getting late.
we've got
Unless you want to be our next hunt, you'll beam over the floor.
And we got Hirogen. Each time it's randomized, but it's kind of fun that the conversation does update based on exactly who it is that is attacking you at the time. Geronimo! Let's pop my shields a little better. What am I suffering on? Attack and shield this too. I could do this better, but I'm lazy. Be honest. Sometimes the lazy way is always the way to go. There is such little risk in this game. The worst thing that can happen is you die, but usually you pick up the healing items along the way anyway. So there isn't a whole lot of risk in the game.
Try to make this interesting. Prove your worth on hunt.
Let's drop Agni torpedoes there. Drop Polar on there. Kind of camp here. Alright, our gravel's back up. Gravel on there. See if we can get an extra gravel this time. I haven't been keying off extra gravel lately. A little bit annoying. It's like, oh, I did get an extra one that time. You little faith. Should've, oh, I'm about to die. Give me shields. 4%, 6%, 5%. No, don't want that one. 10%. Since I did disengage, I might not get the full. Might not get the trait this run. Maybe next run. Grab well over there. Comes in.
They're down to a few ships. Keep up the pressure.
Keep up. Right up. That's not good. Get away, run away. A little bit too close for comfort there. I just toss some extra stuff. There we go. Hey. Rana is on. Doubt she's watching me stream, but if she is, that'd be awesome.
Well fought in. Modrons on his way to a Federation holding
Alright,
facility.
let's replenish our Omega bits. Out of here. Yeah, I'd appreciate if you gave me a follow. That'd be awesome. I still have to set up some of the alerts. I don't have them all set up yet. When multi-streaming to multiple platforms, the stream elements thing is a pain in the butt. And we got a bunch of bogus loot. If you're just starting off, this actually stuff can be helpful. But at my level, I just recycle it all. So if you ever wind up playing and you want some tier 12 stuff because you can't make it yet or can't get it yet, let me know. Run this and give you whatever you need from it. Alright. Actually, we're going to keep the shields. Shields are always nice. Send a newt. She is running her KDF tune. Doesn't look like she's streaming or anything, though. Right. Let's just say hi. I don't even remember what is that? And we go here. Brought a message. Good evening. We'll set it to load. Oh, come on. The shield's back. But of course, then it puts it in the wrong slot. I don't know why it does that. Silly, silly, silly. Where are shields? There. Out. Oh wait, that part. I was running the wrong engine. Wrong. Did we make master? We made our mastery, and now we've got our temporal surge, which is a pretty decent trait. Come on, targetable. Still visible, but untargetable. It's kind of like the Federation cloak from. I wish I remember the episode. But good crit, turn rate, flight speed. So it works pretty well. That's the polar on it. Alright. Let us go back to Sol. Thank you for showing up on Kick wherever you are. Appreciate you coming in. I am heading back to Sol with this tune to rename my ship now that I've gotten to tier 5. On my mastery for this guy. Just have a simple naming convention for my ships. I do need to get my setup a little bit better. I need to be able to figure out how many people are in each stream without having tons of windows open. All right, approach station. Alright, so naming convention. Now that, since this is a Fed tune, rename these to USS ships. That way I know that I've finished mastery on them. As you can see, I already have a disc beam. Interesting. So you get to be disc beam too. I have a disc beam too. It's right there. That's dumb. Alright, then you can be disc beam 3, baby. You shouldn't have a disc beam 3 yet. There we go. Okay. Haven't done Protonic yet. I'm collecting Protonic weapons for him. Some other tunes I already have set for a Protonic build and finished it off. Okay. Tetrion. I'm pretty much done with this tune. This now is USS Disbeam. What would that be? That's 4. 3 dry docks. I will dry dock some of you guys. Dry dock you. I like this ship. Maybe I'll keep him around. Who else can I dry dock? The Terran Admin was nice for something. Maybe it was the Warhead. Casual Sab recommended it as if you have coupons, tier 6 coupons, get it. And I did bump it all the way. I should probably keep it around since I did put in all the tokens on it. But I'll get the fleet version of this. Put the double on that. Beam cannon, beam cannon, beam cannon. 4, dis, and can. The Alliance ships, I just don't really like them. I mean, it looks pretty cool, I guess, but they don't seem to fly as well. Just don't like how they fly as well. This is the fun, and the Soul Scream Vortex was a good item off of this. And the Voth Stronghold works pretty well. Also a fun ship. But I think I've already gotten all my purchased ships. Yep. Purchased. I just leveled that up. Alright. I don't have any more. It's kind of lame. Don't really want to buy more ships right at the moment. And claim ships. That's not something that gets leveled up. I've already leveled that one up, but it keeps on showing up for another bug in Stowe. Stowe is completely bug free. No, it's not. Alright. But wait, do I still have I still have this Phoenix Prize token, which I could use to get one of these guys. Now, this would probably give a trait or a console that would work with the Soul Scream. That might be interesting. Let's see. Manage ships. Where's my Soul Screen Vortex? There. Nope, by itself. No set abilities on it. That's not even what I want. Phantom Assault Cruiser. I got that on one of my other tunes. remember what the trait. 5 viral torpedoes. Activation of entering science load a viral torpedo. Because your next torpedo attack to disable your target for a short period of time. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's an interesting mechanic. Not sure I would really use it. What kind of stuff are you doing for stream? You mean platforms? Kick, Twitch. Not sure exactly what the question is. Why do I have that over there? That's a location for that. All right, so one's in gray I already have. House Scout ship I have on my primary tune. That's an okay one. Ferengi warship would give me a console that works. They give me a console that works with my other Ferengi ship. Work in conjunction. Fun thing about Ferengi warships was in the bridge, you can actually access your full bank and exchange and everything. That's a fun mechanic. Let's see. To respond to Rana. General stuff at the moment. Some build layouts. Good ships. Might do playthroughs. Pretty much anything. Fortnite. To help people build their what was the attacks called? Stoof. Gotta use zeros. I have not used the Kabali Samsar. And Vorgon ships. I don't know. Though now you can use Vorgon stuff on other ships. So that's not a bad thing. Let's check it out. Wait, well, what's our trait? Oh, this Sif burst. Sif is available through a lot of the other Vorgon stuff. But I could build a Vorgon specific ship with all its stuff. Radiation damage. That would not be bad for a disruptor build with the 5 magics. Because if you're constantly doing radiation damage to guys around you, it would build another 30% radiation damage. That might be an interesting build. Almost like a Malon ship with radiation leakage or something like that. Let's do that. I've had that coupon laying around forever. Can only use it for a ship. Right. Haiti. No. We don't have to give it any. What name should we give this ship? It's a Vorgon ship. We're gonna use it for radiation damage. Free radical. Most people won't get that, but that's okay. And it chips. There's our free radical. And let's unlock 1 level on it because I've got plenty of upgrade tokens. Grab the 1. Actually, let me might be able to. Yeah. Data chips. Let's unlock the data chips. And free radical. So this is officially a look at that aft build. That is nuts. This is almost a ship that seems like it should fly backwards. What in the world? I don't have any other ships that are 3-5. Got plenty that are 5-3. But what a weird ship. Okay. So that's 4-3. There's our Sif console. Well, we can key it off our original disc beam. Yep, Ron makes a good point. There's always a lack of how to build as a growing captain, and then once you hit 65, yeah, the more you play, upgrade that. Server not responding. What happened? Server lag spike or something. Oh, you did. No. It ate my. It seriously ate it. Oh, no, it didn't. Whew. That's right. So if I get to tier 5, it'll unlock the other one. So now to upgrade it further, I'll need 2. Good. That would have been really annoying. Alright. Tetrians aren't really a popular. Wow, I'm getting a server lag again. Come on, Stowe. You can do better. Tetrians really aren't used much. Look, I've got my other Vorgon there, which is I made as a Tetrion build. This is really bad. Server's not responding again. I don't know if you've been here for 6 minutes yet or not, but is the kick coming in and out? Am I lagging there at all? Be interesting to know. I don't know. So sometimes I keep the build to be the same, or the weapon type to be the same as the original. In this case, since we're building a radiation build, because of the SIF generator. Oh, that does only have. Oh, we're going to go for when it gets to tier 5. This is a radiation build as well. I've got harasser probes. I don't have sub-phasic defense. No, I do have sub-phasic defense drones. We can totally load this out as a four-gun ship. Sub-phasic defense drone. Harasser probes. Yeah, so like my Breen ship, I've got that set with all the Breen devices on there to make that kind of fun. But this one is going to be a disruptor ship because I want that extra lovely radiation. Tetrions do work. And the Tetrions themselves, the main proc on it is there's a chance to take huge amount of shield damage on the target. But it's at 2.5. You can get refracting ones which bounce to other ships and stuff too. But overall it's don't see it really happening all that much. But we will ready this up and that hopefully will transfer my disruptors over. There we go. Alright, so now we have a disruptor build. Get rid of those 2 extras there. Just do a little bit of rearranging. And we will stick in our distress protocol in there. I don't have a disruptor shuttlecraft again. So we'll just put our elites in there because that's good for debuffs. Disruptor there. Gravwell. We could put a hyperplasma torpedo in there. I mean, this really is a mine-based ship. Don't have disruptor-based mines. Not even sure where those would be. Alright, our remaining... Okay, free radicals got both of those. And I don't think I had disruptor turrets. Disruptor... No. No disruptor turrets currently being made. So I could switch over to my main and start building some of those. They'd be ready in a little while. Can I grab anything else? That's 34 torp damage. Should be decent if I put more torps on this. I made it torp heavy. Though interesting. If I got rid of my idea, switched all to Tetrion, which is going to drain shields faster, and had torps, but the torps are in back, it still doesn't make much sense. what I should do is switch over to my main, build some disruptor turrets, stick them on here so that I can start firing the disruptors forward. But I'm going to be a little bit more boring, and I am just going to put my Romulan hyperplasma there. So we get the 3-piece set for the Romulans. And those will fire forward, those will fire forward. Range. And what else do I want? Something that can fire forward. Don't think I have another. This isn't going to fire forward, but this fills out the set, reputation set for that. So that's not a bad pick. It's a really weird loadout. A 3-5 is just really weird. I'll probably want a lot of maneuverability to be able to spin around and just toss torpedoes. But making a bunch of mines would be a useful thing. I already have these guys running, but let's see. Projectiles, mine launcher. I mean, there isn't such thing as a disruptor mine, which is interesting. I mean, I don't see why not. The only other option would be to get a mine from one of the sets. So we get the Nukara web mines. The physical damage, which is what mines do. And 50% shield pen. That's decent. Honestly, with the... that would be good for a Tet. That would be a good Tet. Not gonna lie. That would be good for a Tetrion loadout. Let's see who else has mines. Oh, look. Need an isomorph. Grab our last isomorph that we need. Kick that off. I don't know why I needed that turret, but sure. Who else has mines? Competitive it is, I think. That's an experimental slot item. Which anyone can get. Gamma had mines, right? There's accelerator, and there we go. So we're not running any of the others on this right now. Fronton quick arming mines. I've got. Do I have everything I need for it? Got the carapaces. Got everything I need. Sure, let's go for it. I'll take a couple minutes to run as well. Having those will be useful. So we'll get those mines up. Tag them in. Meantime, we can look at here. And that was Gamma. We could swap out a weapon, but let's check the Gamma console. Oh, why am I running energy shunt? It's good for proton build. But we want the ordnance accelerator. There we go. 20% mine recharge speed, which is good. Projectile damage, which is good since I'm running two other. Right now, I'm running two other torps. And it's got phaser and Polaron. It'd be better if we switched over to one of those to take benefit of that. But this ship really is better built for a Tetrion or Disruptor. Yeah, if you're ever on here when Rana is streaming, can you pronounce that? I don't know the lore for it. People in her chat did know. But her knowledge of Star Trek lore is deep. I was quite impressed. Quite impressed. I mean, I thought I was pretty good at Star Trek lore. But not as good as her. 13 seconds. A little bit longer. There we go. Okay. Got our mines. Let's put it on free radical. Let's just... we can get rid of our Nausicaan beam ray. Put it on there. We got the 2-piece set from... What does the 2-piece set on this do anyway? Gives a little bit of bonus on... everything we don't need. We're not running Vaser or Polaron on this. Probably... This really would be good for a Tet build still. Really still would be good for a Tetrion build. Let's see, got the diffusive I got from a key or something, which reminds me, got my pens there, pen there. I do not actually have the Nukara one. That is interesting. That is interesting. Let's just make it, because I can probably use it sometime in the future, and I've got the resources. Antiproton Tetrion. Let's just make that. 2-minute wait. But right now we got promos. Do not forget promotions. There is 5 master keys available right now. Definitely claim them. Claim them on here. They will be bound to your character, which is a little bit annoying. Probably should have done it on my main, to be honest. But you can use them to open up whatever. If you want Borg bridge officers, you're going to want Borg infinity boxes, which I don't have on this tune. Well, that's building. Let's switch over to my primary. Put a couple Borg in there. Can probably make a disruptor turret or 2 in the process too. Shocking, I am also the ESD, Earth Space Dock. And I have lots of boxes. Somewhere in here. Borg lockbox. I've got 33 left. So grab 5. Put them in the accounts. And we made a whole bunch of batteries. More batteries. I should just start a bunch down there already. Should start giving those out to people. But we wanted cannons, turrets, disruptor turrets. Anyone can build. Once you get past the basic tutorial, you can start building stuff. And if you're lucky, you can get one that's got pen on it. Pen is still pretty good in the meta. It's on that other tune. I could buy a spiral wave. Buying spiral waves at this point is an option for me if you do wind up getting oh, I got a pen. There we go. Extra penetration on it. Ron left logged off. If you get for a ship with a T6 coupon, tier 6 coupon, which are easy to get these days, you just play an event for a while. So the next event starts this coming week, I guess. You can get free stuff. And it'll be a ship. This time, I think for the 16th anniversary, you get a free T6 coupon, tier 6 coupon, and the event ship. Definitely do it, because the event ship, it looks cool, I think, but according to Casual Sab, it flies terrible. But the tier 6 coupon, use it to buy the Cardassian ship that I'm flying, which is the Cardassian Intel Flight Deck Carrier. The Calm Before the Storm is a good trait to have, and you also get the mobile torpedo platform, both of which are good. Okay, so those are going to take a little bit of time, and I don't really need them to finish. And I am going to cheese this. I'm just going to cheese it, because I'm not going to stay up forever. Just going to grab some dill, refine that. And, okay, I put plasma, EPS, res. Those aren't bad to give out either. Put the res all in there for now. Beams, drain. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these energy field projectors. No clue. Wonder if we're on a switching tunes. Resolve, chronoton. Oops. Plasma torp. If you build a full chronoton build out, I don't think it's worth it. Alright, let's switch back. I did what I wanted to do. I could build some mines from this character, but not going to. So we're just switching back to Chalker, which I think is just the random name that it gave me when I created the character. There's no special reason for his name. Alright, we've got our Borg lockboxes, which is what we wanted. And do I have a free engineering slot? I want to keep those for the theme. Those turn rate is probably going to be useful for this ship, honestly. This is probably a beast to fly. But having, I could put the additional. Oh, totally forgot to build the mines. I should build the mines. Right. Wet mine launcher. Yes. And I'm pretty certain I don't have the console on this tune. If I'm gonna do it, might as well have them all together. Oh, I have everything I need. Sweet. Okay. That's all together. That'll take a bit. Alright, so with the keys, they're bound to the character, so you have to lock whatever you want from that character. And we got combat structure kits, which is lame. R&D back, lame. Bonus pool, lame. Some of the plasma weapons, that could be fun. Bonus mark pool, seriously. That was lame. Fleet mark bonus pool, I don't really need that. Combat structure kits, I don't need that. Sometimes you just get lame garbage. I thought I already had some of those laying around in here too. Low bit crystals are always okay. Got 4K. What was this? R&D pack. I should put that on my main. Duty officer commendation. Well, that's not so bad if you can get that for a new character. That helps you get through levels faster. And okay, so you do not want to open this on a high tier character. Having one extra character that is at level 2 is a good idea. When you open it, then it'll be at level 2, and then you can upgrade them. So that's a good thing to keep where it is. All right, let's dump this stuff off. More Vorgon. Low level equipment. Those off. Drop off that with those guys. These are dumb. Vanity pets. Learn some lore. Whatever. Oh, look. I don't care. Alright, so now we have our 3 Tetrions there. What was this? Borg codex. Borg data core information. Humans. I don't know if this gives us anything. Okay, we got a Borg data core. Some fragments in it. I would have to open a lot more keys on a single character for those. I will just put that down here in my other slots in the bottom. But for each of these, we can get more codex entries, I guess. We got Vulcan already, Romulan, human. I guess that fragment 4, fragment 2. Didn't get a Romulan one. That seems kind of boring. Honestly, that's boring. I don't know why they even put that in there. Alright, so Free Radical right now is a disruptor build, but it's pretty clear that it'd be better to have this be a Tetrion build. We take down shields with Tetrions, and then we drop mines everywhere. So we can put the hyper duel there, put the diffusive there, and then my penetrating one there, which is good. It's all forward facing, can fly into a mess of things. And then I could put Tetrion turrets in the back. That's not so bad. But we will put our web mine launcher in there. What did I pull out? I pulled out the Romulan, which makes sense. Don't really need the kinetic cutting beam. Having it fire everywhere is not so bad. But do not want my disruptor back there anymore. I do have an Omni-Tet, but I do have turrets too. Neither of which are great, but I might have something that I've built before. Here we go. Yep, there's a penetrating Tet. That's not so bad. Now it's not leveled up. Oops. Think. So we do not want that back there. I could slot that in for the time being, or we could put something else in. Now we are running a cutting beam, so we could put the Omega back in. All right, so set, partial set, which is a good one. We want the Nukara particle. Since we, I don't think any of these other do radiation damage. Shield diffusion. It's just your Tetrion. What are we doing here? That's radiation DOT dot. Healing, Tetrion, Mind Torp damage. That's not bad. Fire, cold electrical radiation. Might want to keep it. Yep. Hey, kid follower, thanks for, or watcher, thanks for stopping by. Name's Onage. Been playing Stowe for a long time. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. Let me know. I am building out this Vorgon Tajara Dreadnought Cruiser, which you can get from the Phoenix store. And we just need to put some more Tetrion fun and goodness in here before we take it out of the hangar. And I don't think I have. Could stick this in there, or we. This is my torpedo one. That's the turn one. We definitely need turn rate on this. Don't have any specific Tetrion ones, but fleet power is always good. Torpedo. And actually don't need that anymore. Could. Alright, so I do have another science console in my bank. This one. Torp. Got 2 torps on this boat. Doesn't do mine damage, but it does do torp. And it gives me other base damage. It's tempting. So tempting. And unfortunately, none of these I have are Tetrion. Another tempting one is the resistant. But this guy already leveled up. Let's do it. Hurts me a little bit to do it, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. How are we looking? This. That's doable. Now we haven't set up our stations. We haven't set our traits yet, but the free radical is available if you get Phoenix prize tokens. You should get them as a box. You can buy them from the stores, packs. Definitely wait till you get 40k. Sometimes they're on sale. Rarely though. But wait till you can get a full 10 pack, because obviously it costs less. open them up, you can get tokens, and then you can trade them in for ships if you get good tokens. A lot of the ships in there aren't worth it though, let's be honest. But if you have all the ships you already want, and you get a token that can't be used anywhere else, it's not a bad option. Alright. Move stuff over there. Gets out of main inventory. I still need to put the new Kara in here. Forgot about that. Which means I gotta ditch something. Gotta ditch something. Ooh, I didn't realize that engine power recharges that faster too. That's helpful. You can use the Phoenix tokens for Prior's World Elite torpedo platform, which is good because it grabs stuff. Science 3. Okay, I can put a grav well on this, so I don't absolutely need the Iagrethor. Let's get cooldown and stuff. Ugh. That Soul Screen Vortex is fun. Definitely fun. But my new Kara. Okay, what's it gonna give us? Special firing modes. Special fire modes, fire will and beam overload with both hit additional targets. That's nice. I mean, the extra 1.3, what the heck? That's really lame energy amplification. That set 2 set. That's dumb. But being able to hit additional targets without necessarily doing fire at will. And what's the base on it? Shield, EPG, drain, accuracy with beam weapons. It's okay, but I don't need the Iagrethor on this particular ship. Alrighty. That'll be my ship for next time on this guy. I never finished... Wrong one. Never finished setting up my duty officers and stuff. That's okay. I have extra dill for the next time. But appreciate anyone who was watching. Really appreciate it. And hope to see you sometime in the future.